Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Mangoblivion Plays, and today we're going to be going over the Pokemon announcements in February before Pokemon Day. Pokemon Day is February 27th, and a lot is going to be revealed that day. We'll have another video that comes out that day covering everything that happens, but this is everything that's happening before that. So if you're interested in all the news in February that's happening prior to Pokemon Day, this is your spot. Let's get started. First, we'll talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, what's happening in our main Pokemon game for right now. The first thing is Walking Wake and Iron Leaves will be returning to raids the 21st through the 27th, so it'll be coming tonight. We'll be starting around 7 p.m. if you're in the United States. You cannot recatch these Pokemon if you've already caught them. However, if you're playing on a second version, so like me, I'm playing Violet right now to make sure I have a team strong enough to do this raid. I want to get a second copy of these Pokemon. You could definitely get those. These Pokemon are only available through the raids, so this is your chance to get them if you missed them the first two times they were in raids. There's also an Eevee distribution happening right now across the world. If you're in the United States, you can get these code cards at Best Buy or GameStop. Eevee will have a flying Terra type, and I'm pretty sure it's going to have the move Celebrate, which is a exclusive move to these events where they give Eevee away. There are also two new Pokemon Home distributions that are happening. These events are obtained when you complete the Pokedex for a game in Pokemon Home. You can get Keldeo as a shiny if you complete the Sword and Shield Pokedex, and that includes the Galar Pokedex, the Isle of Armor Pokedex, and the Crown Tundra Dex. So you do need to have all of those Pokemon in there to get this Keldeo. You could get Shiny Meltan for completing the Let's Go Pokedex. Let's switch over to Pokemon cards. First of all, the next English set, Journey Together, is coming out March 28th, so in about a month. This will feature Pokemon trainers Pokemon, and the trainers featured will be N, Lily, Iono, and Hop. Here are some of the cards that a lot of collectors are very interested in getting. Those include this beautiful card of Hop with Wooloo, Iono and Bellibolt, Lycanroc here with Rockruff, Hop and Zacian, and then N with Reshiram. I'm sure there will be other great chase cards as well, but these are the ones that collectors are already excited to see. And then I just personally really love Salamence cards, so I'm very excited to see a new Salamence join the Pokemon card roster. The next Japanese set, which will be in the set that reveals or releases in May, is called Hot Air Arena. It's going to be released on the 14th in Japan, and this set features trainers like Ethan, who is the main character from the Gold games, Misty, Cynthia, and Arven. If you're interested in getting the promo cards from the TCG illustration contest, there are two ways to acquire them. You can acquire them through a league event at your local card shop or through the Pokemon Center with the following codes. In the United States, you'd want to enter Draw 2024 US at checkout. At the UK, you'd want to enter Draw 2024 UK. I did go to the Pokemon Center website. You do have to purchase Pokemon cards for these codes to work. And a lot of their excuse me, a lot of their product is sold out right now, so it's going to be very difficult for you to get these to the Pokemon Center. You might have better luck going to a league event. Switching over to TCG Pocket, the first Space-Time Smackdown Emblem event is ending near the end of this coming week. You need to get 45 wins to get that emblem, so if you're like me and haven't quite gotten there yet, you still have about 6 or 7 days worth of time. Popular decks have been a Dialga EX deck, Darkrai EX, Mewtwo EX, and Celebi EX. But I've been having some pretty good success with Palkia EX recently. So if you're behind on wins, might be something you might want to try. The next possible TCG Pocket event could be a Mass Outbreak event. This is not confirmed, but it is the info that I've been seeing online. This event would feature Weavile EX as the main prize, with other Dark type being in the Wonder Picks. Let's shift over to Pokemon Masters EX. Currently, the 5.5-year anniversary lead up is happening in the game. There is so much going on, lots of events to do. The main ones feature Miraidon and Koraidon's debut with the main characters from Scarlet and Violet. An alternate Clavel sync pair with Sprigatito is also available for free. And then you can also get Riley and Lucario for free if you missed them the first time during this event. Plus, there's so much going on. There's like 10, 15 different things happening in the game all at once right now in the lead up to this anniversary. So that's really exciting. Koraidon and Miraidon are master sync pairs, and just like in the regular Pokemon games, they are tied to their various terrain effects. Koraidon powers up allied physical attacks and also gets stronger in the sun, so pairing them with Maxie and Groudon or Silver and Ho-Oh could be very helpful if you do manage to get Koraidon, and he is paired with the female main character. And then Miraidon is paired with Florian, the male main character from Scarlet and Violet, and he powers up special attacks and thrives in electric terrain. Volkner and Luxray can set that up, and then also certain egg Pokemon from your main character can also set up electric terrain. So there is couple ways to get that as well. You also, if you have Red and Pikachu, you can set it up. I don't have them, unfortunately. So these are the two ways that I know I can do it. Very excited about what they're going to reveal in the 5.5 year anniversary 5.5 year anniversary events. I'm assuming someone new is going to be getting an Arc suit, potentially a champion. So Diantha doesn't have one yet. Gita doesn't have one yet. They could give one to Kukui potentially, because he's kind of the champion of Alola. There's a couple different people who could potentially get it. Or will Giovanni be getting his? They kind of teased that at the last Giovanni story event. So maybe he'll be getting an Arc suit. It'll be interesting to see who they give the next one to. Moving on to Pokemon Go. The current event live right now is called Scattered to the Winds. It is surrounding Scatterbug, and Scatterbug can now be shiny in the game. And most of the bonuses revolve around giving gifts and trading Pokemon. And that's kind of the Scatterbug mechanic in this game. So giving gifts and doing trades with other people is going to be very important. That's how you're going to get your Scatterbugs. There's also 2 community days coming up. The Not the first one chronologically, but the Community Day Classic in March will be Totodile. It can have a special background, and during that event, hatch distance will be shorter, and that'll be March 22nd. Hopefully, it'll have warmed up a little bit around then. The regular Community Day is going to be around Fuecoco, the fire starter from Scarlet and Violet, and it's going to be happening March 8th. If you evolve Fuecoco during this event, you will get the move Torch Song or Blast Burn. Torch Song is brand new to Pokemon Go, so that'll be a completely new thing that you can get. Blast Burn has been given to all the fire starters, but it'll be new to Fuecoco and Skeledirge. Also, the Pokemon Go Tour in Nova is coming up at the very beginning of March. It'll end this current season of Pokemon Go, and it's going to revolve around legendary and mythical Pokemon from Unova. Kyurem is going to be able to fuse, just like how Necrozma was able to fuse during the Go Fest event this summer. So you can get black and white Kyurem. And there will also be a research for Shiny Meloetta that'll be available during this event. And there will also be themed hours like other big events around Pokemon Go. And this time they'll be tied to Deerling's forms. So there will be a spring, summer, fall, and winter hour during this event, March 2nd and 3rd. Pokemon Go is also partnered with Major League Baseball to kind of integrate Pokemon Go into the ballparks that are associated with Major League Baseball. They have made Pokestops and gyms that'll be throughout the park, making it easier to play the game while you're at a baseball game. And there will be Pokemon Go theme days at several locations throughout the summer, where there will be specific raids and special in-item clothing that you can get that has baseball team stuff on it, which will be kind of fun. Let's talk a little bit about Pokemon Day. It's a week away. Very excited about what they're going to announce. So let's kind of talk a little bit about what we might be seeing on Pokemon Day and that presents. First of all, we're probably going to be getting some information about ZA. They haven't talked about it in several months. It's going to release this year, so they probably should say something. I don't know if we're going to get like a full trailer or if we're just going to get a few tidbits. But the things I'm hoping that they talk about are the starters in the game, any new mega forms that might be happening. Even if they just reveal one, that'd be pretty interesting. We'll probably get a release date. I hope we get a date maybe in the summer. It might be more towards the holidays. Not really sure. Maybe some sort of story or plot element for this one, and then maybe a character. I'm just excited just for any information really, but these are the things I'm particularly looking for when they give us some information about ZA, hopefully in a week. They also usually talk about the current games that are out. Scarlet and Violet will probably have some sort of announcement. They'll probably talk about some sort of event, right? Will Mightiest Mark raids be returning? They haven't done one since Rayquaza. Will there be more legendaries that get raid events? Will they give Miraidon and Koraidon a raid event? Stuff like that. Very excited to see what they plan to do to keep people playing these games, because ZA is not going to be, it's not considered a mainline game, right? They're not going to change the World Championship format to be around that game. It's still going to be Scarlet and Violet. They've got to keep people playing this one. I'm interested to see what they have planned for that. I'm really hoping, and I think a lot of people are really hoping that the Pokemon Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games get put on the Switch, either through the Nintendo Switch Online Game Boy and Game Boy Advance apps, or through a new Pokemon only app that just has the Game Boy games on there, that is connectable to Pokemon Home. Those games, those titles are no longer attachable because Bank and the 3DS store are no longer available. So it'd be very cool to have those games restored access to the greater Pokemon universe, and then adding in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Be a huge moneymaker for Pokemon. So I don't know why they haven't done that. Maybe they'll announce something about that this upcoming week. All the mobile games are probably going to be getting an announcement during this event or during this live. They usually get a little bit of time for each one. For example, in Pokemon Sleep, they might announce a new Pokemon debuting in the game, or maybe they'll say, okay, these are the new legendary Pokemon that are going to be in the game. Last year was Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Maybe they'll add another trio in. In Pokemon Go, they're probably going to reveal what the new season is going to be after the Unova based one. So we'll know what's happening in Pokemon Go over the next 3 months up until the summer. In Pokemon Unite, they'll probably announce 3 new Pokemon that are going to be added to the game. Usually they announce Pokemon in groups of 3. So we'll see what the next 3 Pokemon that are going to be added are going to be. Pokemon Masters will probably get information about the 5.5 year anniversary and maybe something a little bit beyond that. And then Cafe Remix, they'll probably spend way too much time introducing a new Pokemon to make coffee with. I really don't like this game. I thought Pokemon Shuffle was way better, but they do spend a lot of time talking about Cafe Remix, so maybe we will get some information about that. They'll add some new Pokemon to that game. They're probably going to chat about the World Championships. Usually, this is the time where they reveal like key art and they start talking about some of the activities that are going to be at the championships. Wouldn't be surprised if they have like a ZA area potentially, or something to do with the Nintendo Switch 2 at these games, like maybe kind of like a team up with Nintendo to kind of show off this new console that's supposedly coming. It will be after April when we get that specs Nintendo Direct, so this is a perfect chance for them to be like, hey, people who use the Switch, here's the Switch 2, get your hands on it, sort of thing. So maybe that's something like that's going to happen. Unsure. They'll probably talk about the World Championships at least a little bit. And then finally, on Pokemon Day, a new animated web series will be released on YouTube. It is called Dragonite and the Postman. It is about a girl and her Fuecoco who want to become postal workers, and they travel around with this post office Dragonite. So if you're interested in watching that, it'll be available on YouTube on Pokemon Day. Finally, let's just stick with the anime sort of topic. Let's talk about the Pokemon anime projects that are currently happening. Pokemon Horizon Season 2, the first chunk, has been released on Netflix. The first 11 episodes are out. I watched all of them. They're very good. I thought they were good. Liko, Roy, and Dot are enrolled at Naranja Academy, and they're learning about terrestrialization while the rest of their friends repair their airship. Lots of good battles in there. They're starting to introduce a lot of the Paldean characters, which are super fun. One of my favorite voice actresses is Rika, so very excited about that. The Poketoons web series, the last one debuted on the 14th. It's this cool one about this boy who lost his memory, and there's like a Murkrow in it. They're all very cute. There's like 20 of these. They're really good. You should check those out on the YouTube channel. And then also the new Monpoke anime has also debuted on YouTube as well. It has a kind of a Sangrio art style, as you can see, so it's very Hello Kitty-esque. But it revolves around Pikachu coming to this island and interacting with different Pokemon, which is fun. Thanks so much for tuning in to Pokemon News. We'll be back on Pokemon Day covering everything that happens in that Pokemon Live. Very excited to see what happens, and I hope you are too. Thanks again for watching. This has been Mango Oblivion Plays, and we'll see you on the 27th.